Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's Peebee, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peebs. About 6 or 7 weeks ago, I made that full switch to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, it's already been that long. And along the way, I learned some things. Now, before jumping into that, keep in mind that this learning stuff is coming from a veteran Warcraft player's point of view. So there's some culture shocks, there's all kinds of stuff. And we're going to get into that. This video is also for the Warcraft player. Yes, you, who's just dipping your little toesies into Eorzea. I got you. I'm going to set you up with some of the cool stuff that I seen and some of the cool stuff that was jarring in a good way. But before getting into that, if you like this kind of video, you like gaming, Final Fantasy, lore, deep dives, or just nerdy stuff in general, well, honey, you're home. Hit that subscribe button because, listen, we tend to do nerdy here pretty well. Just saying. Alright, if you're ready to see all the great stuff I've picked up along my little adventure, well, stick around. We're jumping into it right now. Alright, this one is a classic feature for our veteran Final Fantasy XIV players, but I found myself explaining it to my husband who's now joined us in Eorzea. And what a concept! In your duty finder, there's something called the duty roulette. Basically, you sign up for it, it can give you options to level, raids, duties, trials, all in a very quick swoop. It also gives you bonuses to run them on the daily. And even more bonuses if you're playing a class that's in need. And yes, there are some that need DPS. Right? Anyway, the concept of this blew me out of the water because this is an easy way to make old content relevant. It's also keeping it to where these old dungeons keep going. You keep playing them. New players have people to play with since a lot of these dungeons, I keep saying dungeons, I'm sorry, it's duties, I will learn the language. But these duties are required for a lot of MSQ, main story quest. So you need them. And now with this system, you've got players coming into backfill. You've got players who's running this for the 100th time. You've got players running it for the 10th time. This was genius. And this was made at a point where it didn't have the influx of players it does today. This is forward thinking, and you kept your duties relevant. Bonus points. I'm going to add a point in here. Do you know what else helps keep things relevant? Hard modes. Warcraft players, you're sitting in the back looking at me going, it's called heroics. We do them all the time, not innovative. No. But Final Fantasy doesn't do stuff like that. They tend to make a twist on it. The hard modes of the duties, I'm going to get it, actually have a new storyline to them. Some of them are really cool. There's a nice vampire quest in I don't remember the name of it, but the second dungeon duty you do. So good. And they reuse the same layout of the map. Either you end up below it, you turn left instead of a right like you would in the old map, or you just stay in the same map. Either way, the story has changed. You're either dealing with vampires, pirates, lots of pirates, or whatever new situation happened in these areas. So not only did they make it relevant, but they put a fresh twist on it. Nailed it. I've said this before and I'll say it again and again and again because it keeps happening. This game has a culture shift that is jarring, especially to somebody coming from a very, very different world. I posed a question over my Discord, which linked in the description, shameless plug. And that question was, hey, is there any kind of DPS meter? I would like to improve myself, or at least see where I'm at and make sure that I'm learning what I should be, right? I'm a damaged player, it's what I do. And they gave me some information and they sent me a couple videos. So, Warcraft players, pay attention. Is there a DPS meter? No. No, there isn't. Also, are you allowed to find a third-party one? No. No, you're not. No third-party systems and software for this game. Bannable offense. Yeah, this isn't World of Add-ons. But, and it is a big but, damage meters are kind of a gray area. Now, I'm going to look for the actual YouTube video that was sent to me, try to link it in the description, and basically, the large gist of it is, if you pull all the numbers from the game and put it into Excel, you can probably figure out your DPS. And they get that, but still, it's not what they want. So it falls under a gray area for two major reasons. One, if they allow it, they're going to get the insensuous, the incredibly jarring question of, well, that one's allowed, can I have this one? And they don't want to deal with it. They do not want to open that can of worms, and I understand. And number two, which was the biggest reason, culture of the game. So simply put, they do not want to implement something like this because they don't want people comparing their numbers to each other. They don't. They want players to log in, have fun, and log out. They don't want players getting shamed for poor DPS or poor performance. They don't want players who returned after a long period of break and have older gear perform poorly, or they're tired that day and perform poorly, or they don't want anybody getting shamed for any damn reason. Hell, that's why they don't have separate factions fighting against each other. They don't want that. They want everybody together having a grand old time. If you are coming here because you played Warcraft, you know that is a culture shock. That is a, excuse me? For those of you who have never played World of Warcraft, or you need a little reminder of what that culture was like, if you don't have certain stats set a certain way, if you don't have certain talents chosen, or in the new Shadowlands don't have the right covenant picked, you won't get chosen to come to certain raids or certain mythic dungeons or whatever the case may be. Too bad, you're not optimal. Same thing for your damage. There will always be some jerk sitting in the party getting, hey look, I topped the meter, you guys all suck, while he stood in fire the whole time and made the healer cry. Like literally cry. Or that other person that'll sit there and take the person who is still trying to learn, coming back after a long vacation, trying to relearn their class, whatever the case may be, and shame the poop out of them because, well, you did less damage in the tank. And then insert some certain derogatory, insultory terms that they would use. And they did. Y'all know what it's like. And then to come here and say, hey, no, we don't want you. No, have fun. Try your best. Learn. Shit. Now, there are a lot of streamers that do use a DPS meter outside of Final Fantasy XIV. It's installed, it works fine. And there are good players that use it as well. However, it is, even within the internals of the community, it's a huge no-no to mention to anybody else that never asked how they're doing. It's still a very, very taboo and gray area, which is why it's stayed that way. So, simply put, don't do it. They don't want you to do it. But should you do it, be kind and only do it so you can get better. Be the player you want to see. But I don't have to tell Final Fantasy players that because they already do it and they gave me the same warning before downloading it, which I did not do that. Not yet anyway. Still debating. You know, This is like the most welcome change of community culture. I didn't know I needed it, but I needed it. Listen, if you've been here for any amount of time, you know this is a Hildibrand stan channel. I love that little twerp. Abso-freaking-lutely. And he brings this game to a whole new level. It also shows that Final Fantasy XIV is not afraid to get down and silly. And yes, before you guys start saying, hey, well, Warcraft has jokes in their stuff. They have funny little quest names and funny little stuff and Easter eggs to find. Yes, I do remember that porn magazine in Area 51. Goblins are silly. I also always liked their quests the most, but you can see why. But Final Fantasy decided to put that at an 11. Hildibrand is fucking hilarious. It is a full-blown, wit cinematic questline that is slap your knee funny, over the top, fabulous, ridiculous, everything. And they went for it. And it is a welcome change because, like it or not, it does deal with some heavy stuff here and there. Play Heaven's Ward. Yeah, you need a Hildibrand quest in the middle of that one. But they do it so well. Alright, well, guys, I have to sit back and I have to admit, with all honesty, that I am falling in love. No, maybe. No, bad peeps. No, I'm falling in love with this game. This game is what I've been craving, from story to community to laughs to just, it's like Christmas morning and the tree is full of stuff and everything you've ever wanted as a 3-year-old or 5-year-old is there. It's incredible. And it's incredible feeling. I'm excited to log in and I'm excited to explore it and find new things in the world, more fun things to do. Hell, I even started leveling a white mage, which, oh my god, that's fun. Healing in this game? That too's a different world. And it's fun as hell. I love it. Basically put, it has been a fantastic 6 to 7 weeks. I've really enjoyed it. And yes, we did get here because of Mortal Grounds. And it is what it is. I'm okay with that. And I'm okay saying, you know what? This is what I needed. I needed this kind of positivity. And I needed this kind of a change. So we're just going to let that go and enjoy this game for what it is. Fucking awesome. I seriously played the entire long weekend on my white mage. I went up like 20 levels and it's so good. I'm sorry I had to throw that part in here. Alright, well, enough rambling. What do you guys think? What were your first steps in Eorzea like? Or is there some other cool stuff that I'm missing? You guys have the best comments, so leave that down there. If you liked this video, give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't, well, cool. Be honest with me. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Bonus points if you tell me why you didn't like it. Feedback is the best way to improve. And if you like videos like these, you like Final Fantasy, you like nerdy stuff, Moogles, or I don't know, me, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, ring that bell. That way you'll get notifications every time I go live or upload a new video, which, bitch, we go live a lot. I could lie to you, but we do. 3 nights a week, live right here. We also upload at least a video a week, most of the time too, so we keep it coming. Alright, well, thanks so much for being here. Have a legendary day, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. You know, usually this part's for something funny, but all seriousness, looking back, I can't believe how much I needed this. I really enjoy the excitement that I get, that OMG, I get to log in and play again later. What a feeling. Maybe I'm a